Welcome back, everybody, to Laugh and Learn. Today, we are circling back to joy because it was so good the first show. We want to talk about how it endures, how it resists, and how community brings it back to life. Diane G and Linda de Gonzalez are here again to help us explore joy as a living practice, even when things are hard. Let's talk about how we can hold on to joy and share it forward. I am so grateful that both of you have said yes to coming back. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for having us back.
And I'm looking at for all of my cards, and apparently there is no joy in Mudville today because Gerald has lost a card. And for those of you who are listening back on as a podcast, they're going, "What in the world is Gerald talking about?" Okay, I feel better. See, I had to get this is something that brings me joy. These are all of my cards.
Oh my goodness, Gerald, you're so organized.
Wow. So thank you for joining this Laugh and Learn. I'm TarotStache. I am joined by Linda de Gonzalez for the second time today, and Diane G. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing because it's free. Linda de Gonzalez is one of those people who has who has a membership on her channel.
I do. And it's very cool. And so subscribe to my channel and become a member. And then when I hit 30 members, then I can have another emoji.
What's the next emoji?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking the whip of alacrity because we have the bonk of enlightenment. So I'm thinking the whip of alacrity. But I'm open to suggestions. And also members get to give me suggestions on the membership Discord server, exclusive to members. And this coming Saturday is our members meeting. I have to put up the link and everything else, but our members meeting is going to be this coming Saturday at 1:00 Pacific time.
Very nice. Very nice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. I am serious when I say I appreciate everybody being here. You've got a lot of options of where to spend your time. Thanks for spending some of it with us. Last time we chatted about joy. It was actually very joyful. It was a lot of fun. Yes. This time we're talking about joy as resistance, community, renewal. We're also going to be touching on the idea of foreboding joy. For those of you who don't know what that is, stay tuned. We have amazing chatters with us. Thank you. Mods, please watch this one. Diane G.
Troublemaker.
I know. That's why I like Diane G.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of troublemaker, not really. Maru is here. Maru joined Timmy, Linda, and I this afternoon talking about duality in the tarot. It was a lovely conversation. And Maru is actually going around to all of the channels to show her support. We are simulcasting this, and you can watch all of the chat right here. Awesome. Edward is here. Hello, Edward. Great to see you. Mona is here. It's good to see you. Mona. Magic with Moonlight. Thank you. And so backstage, I said something really funny I then started the countdown.
I know. I almost lost it when you did that.
Um, I mentioned that because I'll be
Perfect
honest with
timing, by
you.
the way. Perfect timing.
Yes. What's interesting for me, we're talking about joy. I've had a sort of stressful day. No, it's
Mhm.
not been sort of. It has been a stressful
It
day.
has been stressful. You had a really, really tough day. Yeah.
I've been able to manage it. Everything is fine. It's just a lot of stuff. One of the things that I was thinking about is of course what happened was the time that I was going to use to sort of focus on joy got taken for something else, something different, differently important. And then I was driving home. We have rain here. I'm driving on the highway. I am not a fan of light rain
Oh,
on the highway behind semis,
oh no,
behind
that's
trucks.
terrifying. Yeah.
There's all of this. So I'm like going, all right. So I played some music, played one of my favorite groups, Eurythmics.
Yes.
Here Comes the Rain Again came on, and I'm like, okay, I got this. I'm talking about that, the importance of a small thing to shift the energy from stress to having joy in the moment. And I think that's incredibly important.
That was a
It
lovely
is.
synchronicity for you.
It was like,
Mhm.
wow, I love that.
Yeah. I also love that you had that shift in perspective. Because sometimes, it's just a matter of shifting our perspective. Rain usually means that, oh my gosh, it's going to get cold. I'm going to get drenched. But we also have that option to dance under the rain and play in puddles.
Exactly. We do. We do. And um, Opal Empress is here. Good to see you.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. For those of us who can't, who old people who can't read the chat on the screen, and Angie is here. Hello, Angie.
Hi, Angie.
I just wanted to share that it was a moment where I needed it to go. I can shift a bit from a bit of frustration to going, you know what? I mean, music can do that.
Yeah,
Music,
music's wonderful.
yes. I also love the fact that joy can be reclaimed, shared, and practiced together with other people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I actually think it's even more powerful when you do that.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well,
Yes.
no, I'll wait until you actually bring it up as a topic.
What would I be bringing up the idea of resistance?
Uh-huh. And the community and community as resistance and joy as an ingredient in that. I am just blown away by how we are seeing that in action.
Mhm. Yes. Uh, and good luck trying to find an inflatable frog. Uh,
Can't be had.
An
no.
inflatable frog. There are also inflatable unicorns and
Yes, and
dinosaurs.
inflatable T-Rexes and
Yeah.
there's another axolotls, which is a tiny I think South American salamander sort of thing. They're very weird, beautiful looking. They're pink and white and so strange. Anyway, yeah.
We talked about last time, we talked about what is joy.
Mhm.
We also talked about how joy shows up in the body. We referenced I talked about the joy, which if you haven't seen this book, I would recommend it. If you can listen to it on audio, it's great. It's not them talking. It's just sort of like I've got my ear on this doorway. These are two very good friends who talk about joy from multiple perspectives. It's so cool. So very cool. Today, I want to talk about that idea of joy as resistance and community. So, um,
Linda.
just don't wear an inflatable phallus if you may get charged with public lewdness.
I saw that poor guy got arrested. He, I guess, couldn't find a frog, so he got a.
They were out of frogs, so they
Yeah,
got that.
out of frogs, so he got a male body part inflatable and got arrested. And it's very funny seeing him on the ground with two officers handcuffing him. It's freaking hilarious. Okay.
I just want credit for all of the things that I am not saying.
Oh, and me too. Me too.
Credit is given. Oh, and it was a lady.
Was it a lady? I thought it was
really?
even funnier. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
It's amazing.
Hallelujah. Oh, my dreams are coming true. Look at this.
It's like giving a finger to authority, you know?
Absolutely.
And patriarchy.
And
Oh,
then
I said the word.
Of course.
I said the B word.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me this time, Jared. Did you notice? It wasn't me.
I noticed. I noticed. We should be doing a shot every time that the word patriarchy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Drink every time someone says it.
yeah.
Well, okay. So, and I know I'm joking a little bit, but the idea of joy is resistance. Part of what occurs, people just in general, her sign said, "Don't be a dictator." Oh,
Perfect.
I have to say, can you imagine? I mean, the stories that the arresting officers were going to be able to say.
And they're trying to, and the thing is that the woman is wearing an inflatable costume, right? But they're trying to arrest her without, like, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's totally awesome to me.
But yeah, can everyone just take the time to imagine what could have happened if this person wasn't wearing this costume and how different it would be?
Yeah.
Because it's really very funny and very silly if we think about it.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesomeness has arrived. Sunnyland, Hypnicity, Maria Amethyst Selenite.
Celentine. Or Celentine, I think.
Celentine, sorry. Are you saying that they without her going flaccid?
Or without them going flaccid? Sorry.
Here's something that's important. This idea of resistance and using joy, there is an effort to remove the happiness and the joy. Anytime things happen, people who go out and sing songs, march, they have this idea of saying, I'm going to be happy. I don't care what you can do. I am finding moments of joy, light. That's really very powerful, I think.
Yeah,
it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is extremely powerful. You know, prisoners, particularly prisoners of conscience, who have written about the experience of being in jail. I mean, Nelson Mandela, but others too. He's just the one that's just fallen into my head. They talk about the joy that they felt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about even though they were in jail and they were being, mistreated physically, and maybe they didn't have the food or care that they needed, but they still felt joy, and they were able to use that to fuel their survival.
There's also an aspect of that. I was doing a little bit of investigation, and I cannot remember. Oh, shoot. I would have to look it up. There's the idea of you have to be realistic. Things are bad. If you use joy as a coping mechanism and you shut everything off, it's not based in reality. So you need to be present and aware of what's going on in the environment. You must be realistic
Yes.
about what is happening. And so,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was related to the new Brene Brown that I'm reading. She was referencing the idea of, she was talking to somebody. It said, it's like, who didn't survive? And it was the optimists didn't survive because they were not being realistic about what was happening. Joy is one of those. It's like the seasoning salt. When you add a little bit of salt, it makes a big difference. It invigorates,
Yeah,
and changes the flavor. I mean, so think about this. People who they're out marching. Yeah, imagine if they were not wearing these costumes.
much more threatening.
Mm-hmm.
Much easier for the police to, or not the police, but whoever the authorities are, much easier for them to see them as targets.
Yes.
It would also feel very heavy.
Mm-hmm. Say a little bit more. I'm curious.
It feels very serious, like we are going through, well, like we feel a lot of negative emotions already. Without these costumes, without these really witty or silly signs, it would feel like very downing. And we need like little slivers of joy and little bit of fun to get through these dark times.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
I really agree with you.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with you. I'm also, again, the idea of how the importance of balancing that. Joy is that little extra oomph. It is the mother's love when she's cooking chicken noodle soup, and it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
But with your metaphor or simile with the salt, when you add too much and that becomes like unrealistic optimism, it can also become harmful for other people.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like that because there are moments of joy that can be celebrated. There's also moments of non-joy that need to be honored. We have to have the experience of non-joy, not joy, to understand what it's like and how to add it.
Excellent point.
I'm also thinking when we look at it, we also have to consider the community with whom we are celebrating, and who we are honoring. So I think that's a beautiful thing to keep in mind. Be aware of your surroundings, I should say.
there are cultural differences, like things that you can do in the US are things that you can't do necessarily in Japan, for example, because of the cultural differences.
Yes. Yes. Maru said that's why I decided to do some lighten up
Ah,
reading pop-ups. I like that. Yes. Buckle up. Look for the good. Where focus goes, energy flows. I still love Mr. Rogers sharing, in a moment of crisis, always look for
for the helpers.
the helpers.
Yeah.
So,
They're
and
always there.
they
They're
are
all
always there. They're always there. Did somebody just ring a bell?
no.
I'm hearing about.
I hear a bell too, but it isn't he. Well,
Is that the birds?
yeah, sorry, it is.
No, I was just like going, they agree. They agree. So when Lizzie stands up to her domineering mother in Drop Dead Fred and says, I'm not afraid of you, laughter cancels out the fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And laughter is very healing anyway. I mean, it's a
Mhm.
very, very healing thing to do.
It really is. So I had an employee from India. He could not look me in the eyes. He was one of my best staff members because that's a cultural difference.
Yeah.
I think that's
You're his boss.
absolutely okay.
You're
Yeah.
his boss. You're over
Mhm.
him. So it's a whole different body language, cultural thingy going on there. Yeah. Now, if you were at his level, you would have seen a very different level of behavior, very different behavior from him. Oh yeah.
The idea also of joy as resistance and community, it's joy insists on aliveness. We have to be alive. We have to be present. So the idea of a shared meal could also help build the sense of community. Dancing, song, rituals, mutual aid. Let's face it, I don't know about you all, but when there is a crisis, I am really pleased by the number of people who show up.
Yeah.
Blood drives, the idea of there is a need, and so okay, we need blood. People are donating. I think that's a
Yeah.
really powerful thing.
Yes, and I just want to share, here in the Philippines, we got a lot of typhoons and a lot of natural disasters because we have a lot of volcanoes as well. And whenever there are some typhoons that are devastating communities, there are just a lot of people online, and the people online are not just there to, learn about the news, but they are looking for links to help. Because
Yeah.
even though they can't be there physically, they want to help. And it's really very heartwarming when that happens.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, I like that quite a bit. There is apparently, Quill has mentioned there is a book, Pleasure Activism as a frame for joy and pleasure as liberating practice. I'm not familiar with it.
I have never heard of it.
Quill said it, so it has to be true.
A liberating practice.
I like that. Oh, yeah, there you go. This lady is a helper. She is in Oregon, and it is very informative.
Park Rose Permaculture is amazing. She posts frequently, like almost every day. I follow her. She is she's very, very good. She really is a helper.
Yeah. Maureen has said, my brother Kevin always used to say, laugh, sissy, that way things can't hurt as much.
Not as much. Well, he's got a point. I
He
mean, you
does.
don't, when you're 5 years old, it doesn't make any sense to you. Okay, grant you that. But yeah, he does have a point. If you laugh, it doesn't hurt as much.
Again, not to reduce or take us away from the difficulty that we're feeling. It shifts our ability and our connection with it. Beth is here. Hi, Beth. So joy as resistance and community. I love hearing the stories of people when they resist, they join hands, they sing songs. They do so with a joyful approach. There's a lot of power in that. A lot of power. So I want to talk a little bit about this idea of foreboding joy. Are the two of you familiar with it, or have I been the one who has sort of brought this up?
I didn't know it had a name, although
Yeah.
it's an experience that I am familiar with. You know, where you feel so happy, you go, oh, something's going to happen now. Oh,
Yes.
I'm going to lose that earring. I'm going to break the heel of my shoe. I'm going to, you know, something's going to happen now.
Yes.
I'm going to be paying for this, in other words. But that's the Catholic guilt bullshit that I was raised with. You know, you can never have some joy without some pain to go with it.
Well, Brene Brown uses the term foreboding joy to describe when joy is immediately followed by worry, dread, or the sense that something must go wrong.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
And so Brene Brown has done a lot of work on vulnerability, and she argues that joy is one of the most vulnerable emotions because when we feel good, part of us feels the loss. In her books, Daring Greatly and Atlas of the Heart, she talks about foreboding joy, and it's like when you look at, she talks about it as looking at something beautiful, a sleeping child, say, and instantly rehearse its loss. It's that moment of, wow, this is a great new car. What's going to happen when somebody dings it?
I think a lot of it has something to do with anxiety and other past experiences. Because a lot of us had some experiences where we feel like the rug has been pulled underneath our feet. And so when the time comes when we feel joy again, it's like that memory is like activated. And so we get scared whenever we feel joy. So we just don't allow ourselves to feel it.
Yes.
And also, as little kids, usually the moments when we feel a lot of joy is when we're doing something we're not supposed to.
Speak for yourself, Miss Linda.
I am speaking only for myself.
Child.
However, I did observe that was true with my own kids. You know, I mean, I remember telling my son Jeff when he was about 2 not to play in the puddles to get his pants wet. So he stripped himself naked.
Smart kid. You've got it. You got to.
2 years old, clever child. So yeah, absolutely. But
must be the parenting.
It could be genetic. The other thing, but I think there's a cultural element to foreboding joy as well, because I kind of wonder, it seems to me to be related to that Japanese concept of beauty in the ephemeral, you know, like this moment is only a moment. It's in the present. It's never been before. It'll never come back again. This is it. This is all there is. Isn't this precious and beautiful, and feel joy in it? And then it's gone, you know?
Yes. That's really important. Foreboding joy, it was something that when I heard it, I went, oh yeah, that's what that is. Yeah. Oh, I get it. I get it.
I get it too.
So it's like, I try not to think about it and just enjoy the moment. Yes. Okay. I'm convinced that we're conditioned to wait for foreboding joy because of movies. You effing know when you watch a joyful scene, the shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah,
It's
it's true.
a trope, and we all grew up with. Yeah.
We did. Yeah. Yeah. Don't go in the basement.
Well, yeah. Don't go in the basement, though. Come on.
Don't walk down that street. Don't turn that corner. Don't get in that car.
Yes. So, what I find helpful is this idea of there's a quote on Brené's website. Joy is vulnerable. That's why we're afraid to let ourselves feel it. Don't squander joyful moments by waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
Lean in and practice gratitude.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that too.
I think when we're being grateful, it helps us stay in the moment, and be present while we're
Yes, I
feeling
think
joy.
you're right.
Yes. Mona Lee said, I just turned 60. Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Happy
And have
birthday,
never
Cece.
felt more beautiful. My friends say I'm glowing. I'm enjoying every moment.
I love that.
Mhm. Yeah. Beth said, I've been reading a book about Scottish folklore, and almost all of it is based on protecting yourself from bad things happening. That's some foreboding joy. Ooh, kids.
But
Kids.
that's what all those fairy tales and folk tales are. Is
Oh,
their
yes.
cultural knowledge transmission. So you don't go into the forest without figuring out a way out of it. So the breadcrumbs, never mind that the birds and the squirrels are going to eat them all, but figure that's
Yeah, our old folklores and fairy tales are designed to teach little kids, what to do.
yeah.
Yes.
It's
the
kind of a
morality.
programming.
Mhm.
Yeah, for morality's sake.
Well, but actually practical things as well.
Like, don't talk to strangers.
Yeah. Don't trust the stepmothers.
For all stepmothers out there, that's Linda's opinion, not mine.
I'm just yanking your chain.
Yes.
No, it's just, but how
No, but you're right. Yes. Yes.
how interesting that in all the European folk tales, or a large number of European folk tales, stepmothers are evil to the children that they didn't have with the father, to the father's children from the previous marriage, even though the wife, is dead. The first wife is dead. It's
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
There are lots of tools to help us express gratitude. Tarot is a great way to help support us and to point out the worst case scenarios, also how to avoid them. So there you go.
My goodness, we have some awesome chatters. Look at that.
You knew that.
They're the best chatters for a reason.
Yes, they
To
are.
my heart, awesomeness. Yes.
Grief outstays its welcome. Joy, I have to beg to stay. Gratitude, expressing gratitude in the moment is a great way to shift the energy around that. It changes the idea of foreboding joy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here you go. Beth says it protects children from danger. They use stepmothers because they have to put the child in danger, so they need to get rid of the biological mother. Otherwise,
That's what it is. Oh, okay. Well, that makes perfect sense. Thanks, Beth. I had no idea.
Yep. And we're not giving you a bad rap because you're one of the good stepmothers, step-parents. So.
I think most stepmothers and fathers
are. Oh, I think so. I think so. What else do I have about foreboding joy? Well, if you want to counter that, name 3 specific things you're grateful for, like right in the moment. Also, the idea of notice it and label it. If a what if arrives, name it. Well, that's foreboding joy showing up. And then gently return your attention to what's going on. This is also the importance of, like, the show that I did yesterday with Jennifer about becoming the observer. Notice where in your body you start to worry or where you're concerned. So there you go. What is Beth saying? If you ever want to read a fascinating book on the psychological lasting power of fairy tales, read Bruno
Bettelheim.
Yes, The Uses of Enchantment.
I read that like 40 years ago. I'll have to read it again. Because I don't
I have to take
remember.
note of that.
Yes. Please pause here. Let me do this whilst we're waiting.
Screenshot? Is that what we're doing?
No, we're not doing a screenshot. I am creating a distraction. So
we can all write this down and not look.
Yes. This section of the video is brought to you by the word Kokua. Everyone say it with me. Kokua. Kokua. A Hawaiian word which translates to extending loving and sacrificial help to others for their benefit and not for personal gain. Kokua.
I learned something new. I had never heard that word before.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Gerald.
You're welcome. That's a word that I learned from Betsy, I believe. We were chatting about that. Okay. Look, all the best chatters. Okay.
Where did Diane go?
Well, I'm not going to have any foreboding joy. I know she will be right back. So Kokua is a cool word. It really is. So there we go. So we've got that. We did that. We did foreboding joy. And
Boy, she's rebooting. Okay.
Rebooting. Reclaiming joy. I think it's an important thing to reclaim and to practice a sense of renewal. I want to know from people, look at me. I want to know. How do you reclaim joy when it has
left the building?
Left the building. I was just going to say that. When it has left the building. How do you reclaim joy? We'll wait.
You know, I think mostly what I do is I take awesomeness eats chocolate. I love that. No, I take the time. I spend some time with Wanda, and she likes to dance, so I turn on the music. Giggling baby videos, yeah, that works. Watching any ridiculous videos, but the thing I like doing the best is getting off my ass, getting myself out of the house, and just walking down the street to wherever, and there you are, and noticing the pattern that the branches make against the sky and the clouds, and smelling the air, and talking to the crows along the way. And 10 minutes of that, and I feel really, 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 I feel pretty happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Diane, we're talking about when joy leaves, how do we have that renewal, or how can we regain it?
Oh, interesting question. Usually when joy leaves us, for me, at least personally and based from observation, it also means that we're not in our body. So usually I do things that would help me get inside my body, or feel like I'm in my body. One of that is running or jogging, or but for other people, other things can also work, like dancing, sometimes singing. It
Yes.
helps them be in their body.
Mhm.
There's a term for it that as at the tip of my tongue right now, but I can't really remember it. We are dysregulated. There we go.
That's the word.
Dysregulated
Ooh. Mhm.
whenever we don't feel like we don't feel anything, or we don't feel joy. So the first thing is being regulated and being in the body. I think I also mentioned something previously about sour candy.
Yes.
Neuroscientists also recommend eating sour candy because the sourness kind of kicks our senses into place for us. So
Mm.
eating something that is sour helps us do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I just have to think about it. Exactly.
Uh, um, Mona Lee, invite it back in. I dance in the rain. Are you like Linda's offspring who was told not to get their pants wet, so they took off all of their clothes?
But that's a way to do it.
Yeah, you just had.
Yeah.
I just had to hose. I mean, he was covered in mud. I just had to hose him down.
While you were laughing, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
It's brilliant.
absolutely.
Kristen Louise, hello, said music community going into the woods.
Oh, because
Mhm.
that's very grounding. Spending time in nature as well.
Yes, yes. We did have Beth who said try to be physically active, walking, yoga. Force yourself to do it because if I'm active, it helps my brain restore. It's a very good point. Lauren Hunstinger, I think about the fun times with others, especially things I've done with my great granddaughters. That's very nice. Listening to animals while walking. Appreciating creation is definitely uplifting. E-tapping.
Hmm.
These are all what I'm hearing. Many of these are a great way to they're capturing moments of gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude will foster and support joy.
Yeah.
We do have chocolate. I think there's probably well, here's the thing. Chocolate is a very grounding thing to eat. If you are like
Yeah.
I know like in ritual, if people have a beautiful experience and they're slightly altered, they're not back in their body, chocolate will do that. That will help them ground. Iron Firehorse says, I used to dance for an hour a day, stopped when my daughter was in the hospital, and then never came home. Doing something physical helps, does help for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I crave sauerkraut.
Probably.
Yeah.
And also, it's really good. It's really good for your digestion. Like all the fermented foods are really, really good for your intestinal
Yeah.
flora and fauna. There you go, Beth.
Dill pickles. Those
Yes.
are sour too. Yeah.
I love dill.
Maru said, I saw a post that said humming is very healing and calming. Mona Lee could actually go out there and dance in the rain skyclad. On your own head be it. So singing and humming. Oh, here you go. Doggy cuddles. Doggy cuddle puddles are the best. Hey.
Hmm.
Well, kitty cuddle puddles are not to be, ignored either.
Yeah.
No, and if you can get both of them,
Instant heaven.
yes. Yes.
You know what else is really cute? Little chicks and ducklings when they haven't got their feathers yet. Ah, they're so soft. Oh, they smell like popcorn. Ah.
I think what's an interesting thing to consider is joy is basically, it's like it has a network effect on the brain and in the body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We get some dopamine for motivation and learning. We get the things that excite us. We get the oxytocin in some
Oxytocin.
affiliate joy, autonomic shifts you can hear, and that's a really good thing, because we have so many of our physical things that happen just because that's what the human body does. Honor those. So yeah, horses are very affectionate and empathic.
Empathic.
Here you
I'll
go.
take your word for it.
You've never seen a horse?
No, I've seen a horse, but I've never been that close to a horse that I would know anything about it, you know?
Me too. Well, those are the kitties. Kitty puddles.
I wish we could get oxytocin in a bottle.
You can, but you need a prescription. And it's injection only, I'm sorry.
Animals give us joy.
That's part of, Sterling keeps talking, Sterling, Sunday morning Sterling. He talks a lot about how angels or animals are from the angelic realm, and they are here to model unconditional love for us, to be unconditionally loving. And yeah, they do. But they got to last at least 30 seconds. Like you got to hug long enough to make it weird.
Yes, I think it's like 20 seconds. And so, yes.
Okay. I thought it was 30 seconds to release the oxytocin.
No, I mean, just know that if you're with Gerald, it's 20 seconds. Linda would like the 30-second hug.
Yeah, she would.
And Linda said it, so it's got to be true.
Absolutely. But I'm like Chat GPT. Check the facts, okay?
There you go. Group laughter also helps us to reclaim joy.
Yeah.
I mean, because let's face it, there's a lot of things that I do that are very laugh worthy. Like my pronunciation this evening.
You're just tired.
That was so, that was good, wasn't it?
It was, but you're just tired.
Yeah, we all have days like that.
Oh, of course.
And it's interesting that you also mentioned community, because our chat are talking about oxytocin, and one of the ways that we can release it or to boost our oxytocin in the body is being with community.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, being in community.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to post something after this show about the different happiness chemicals that we call it, like serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, and how we can boost those. Yeah, tongue trippers. They are tongue trippers, aren't they?
They are absolutely tongue trippers.
Course. Also, remember those idea of the glimmers.
Yes.
Noticing those. Those are things, when we notice them, they activate all of those things in our body and in our brain. Practicing those, I'm a firm believer, where you focus your attention, the energy goes. Or people have said that in chat, and the idea of is where your attention is, that's where the energy flows. You also have to be realistic and honor yourself. If you're feeling sad, then feel sad. Do not try to discount the way what you are experiencing. When you recognize it and you go, I see you, you allow it to be heard. Here's the other thing. You could actually have a sense of joy. You know what? I was feeling very stressed out today. This is Gerald talking. I was feeling very stressed out today. I decided to, and so I was like, okay. it's like, there we go. Now what? Turned on some music. That shifted things. It's like, oh, I get to spend time with Diane and Linda and all of you. How awesome and how lucky am I?
Thank you, Gerald.
Thanks.
Oh,
That's
Gerald.
very lovely.
my
I
God.
also love that you're also vocalizing it and not just shunning it out. And you're really recognizing it. And it's something that not a lot of people realize is that vocalizing and naming our emotions actually help in processing them and releasing them.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So thank you for sharing that, Gerald.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I also think that when we release those things, we can sort of go, huh, well, that sucks. Or, boy, I handled that, really
Badly.
crappily or fabulously. Or I wish I could have spread glitter on it to make it all the extra special. It's honoring that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't deny your difficult emotions. So we have Marie said, I think this is the hugs.
Yes,
20
about
seconds to
hugs.
release. Yeah, that
She
thing.
looked it up. Look at that, eh?
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 She looked it up.
Eh?
Eh?
Maru
Yeah.
wrote something
Looking
up.
things up. I know.
God, there's a first time for everything.
I know.
So
Mhm. That's a snort from Linda. If anyone's counting.
there you go.
I
Yeah,
don't know how
rose,
that,
energy
that
flows.
wasn't. I don't think that was the first one.
I've overdosed on sadness. I am sorry you've overdosed on sadness. I might suggest trying to balance that with some gratitude.
or some giggly baby videos.
Or little kitten videos.
Yeah.
Or if you have access to a lot of dogs, get into a puppy pile. All sorts of options.
Hmm.
You if you don't have easy access to a kitten or puppy pile, you might consider going to an animal shelter and spending some time with puppies and kittens there.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
The other thing that's helpful when we think about that idea of microjoys, it makes it okay for joy to be activated by something small. It doesn't have to be joy. Doesn't have to be there's a parade in my honor. It can be that I heard a great song on the radio that made me giggle and made me laugh.
Mhm. Or talking about videos. Oh, this baby's so cute.
Yes. So massage can release negative emotions too. Yes. Yes. Kristen Louise, my husband volunteers at Count Shelter. We now have 7 cats.
Duh. The cat distribution system is working as intended on
go.
overtime for you. Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, this also goes back to that idea of community.
Yes.
Give back to the community. Oxytocin is a hormone used to help start or continue labor or out of control bleeding after delivery. It's also sometimes used to help milk secretion in breastfeeding.
Yeah, that's all true. And it's the bonding hormone. It's the bonding
Mhm.
hormone. And it is really important in labor and delivery to get things started. But it's in your body all the time, and it has peaks and lows, and certain things stimulate its release and other things inhibit it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what it would be like at my age to have an injection of oxytocin. I'd be
Do
willing
you,
to. I'd be willing to experiment.
but would you really need that, Linda? I mean, you're very happy.
Oh, I am. I'm actually most of the time really joyful. I mean, sometimes I get
Yeah.
anxious about things, but most of the time, yeah, I feel pretty joyful.
Mhm.
And but that would be an interesting experiment. I wonder what would
What?
happen.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm willing to do it. Yeah, for entertainment purposes only. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just out
Absolutely.
of curiosity,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah, I
Yes,
just want
yes.
to know.
It's for, for recreational and scientific use,
Hmm.
and just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Linda wants to know.
What
There
what
have been
happens to what happens to a postmenopausal woman who like shoots herself up with oxytocin?
watch out world, she's taken over. There have been studies done on the classic fight or flight because it doesn't apply to women. Oxytocin plays a big part.
Freeze or
To
fawn
bring to
applies
type.
mostly to women. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, here you
Yeah,
go.
me
Sounds like
too.
a fun B movie to me.
Yeah, me too. Co-starring Diane and Gerald.
Hi, Spiritual Garden. Good to see you. Good to see you. And yeah. So I find this talking about joy has been very joyful for me, especially using that sense of, I never thought of it like that. I do love this idea of not trying to find the big moments of joy, finding the small ones. I love that.
Yeah.
Like Linda looking right over there at Wanda screeching and and doing this.
Like a side eye.
It was in super slow-mo. I mean, it's like, ooh, girl, you know. And that's the one where it's like we're watching that and or this one.
She's
The bond.
arguing with the budgies. The budgies are on their cage and they're sitting together looking at her, and she's inside her cage, hanging on the bars with her feet like this, looking at him, going, ah!
I want to see Linda dress up as Wanda for a costume party.
Oh, perfect. It's almost Halloween.
Oh, Jonathan and I already have plans for the Halloween show. No, we're not doing a bird. I'm not telling you.
Don't tell
Okay.
anybody. Yes. Women tend to befriend in order to form groups for protection, as the average woman can neither fight a man or outrun one, especially pregnant or with children on their sides. That makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Jay Roberts has joined us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wanda cracks up Marine as well.
I'm not giving her her own channel. She's got enough of mine. Thank you very much.
Are you sure? You could do
It would be
live
fun.
video. Even Wanda watched one. Linda's
Wanda
staring at
cam?
me going, yeah, you could do a live cam.
No,
Yeah, I love it.
Or even
No.
post shorts about
No.
Wanda.
no, not in
She'd
my
have her
house.
own fan club.
No, no.
She already
no,
does.
She has her own fan club.
Diane, you are very aware of energy and healing.
Mhm.
I'm imagining there's some sound with that as well. Is there something that people can keep in mind and something they might be able to do when they're not experiencing joy? Is that
Oh, when they're not experiencing joy. sometimes when that happens, they are also experiencing other emotions and they
Mhm.
are more focused on that. So
Yes.
the first step is naming that emotion.
Yes.
The like I feel sad or I feel depressed today
Hmm.
or I feel angry. And then I encourage everyone to write that down in their journal to name them and be curious about that emotion because, as I've mentioned before, normally emotions are there not to really bring us down, but they are there to tell us things and to tell us messages. Eh, so I encourage everyone to be curious about them after naming them. So why do I feel sad or why do I feel
Yeah.
depressed in this moment? It allows
Hmm.
us also to get to know ourselves in that moment. So it really helps us to process that emotion. And then, after processing that emotion, we can find ways to feel joy and to find things that bring us joy.
Hmm. Yes. You are
Oh, also,
absolutely. Go ahead.
I forgot to mention, one thing that also helps is naming where in our body we feel them. Like sometimes we feel it in our stomach. At times when we feel very sad, we feel like we're going to throw up.
Yeah.
It's a common feeling for a
Mhm.
lot of people, or sometimes our throat closes up, so it helps to name them. And also when we feel them in our body, the next time we feel something like that again, oh, I know that this is sadness or this is
Uh-huh.
grief,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
because we feel it in the body.
Yeah.
Kristen Louise shared major depressive disorder can cause numbness, a lack of emotions, or an inability to sense one's emotions.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. I am glad you said that. I also think it is absolutely acceptable to say, I'm feeling something. I don't know what it is. I just know there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
What you've done is you've gone, there's something there. There's something there.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes we just need a heavy dose of RBF.
You need to see Spiritual Garden. You need to see the first set of passport photos that I had taken.
Oh, here you go.
Heart
Heart
pain
pain
in the
and
chest.
chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Um,
that can be actually a serious indicator because there is such a thing as, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the name of it, but it comes with grief. I mean, it's a thing that happens to
yes.
your heart with grief, and it can be dangerous in terms of your health. So if you are feeling heart pain in your chest, please see a physician.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think it's a really I think you are right, Diane. The idea of naming it. I
Yeah.
also think about if you don't know what it is, you just have a sense something's going on. It's okay to say, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
I just know this and I'm feeling it here.
Yeah. It's helpful to be patient with yourself whenever we go through something because we can't always name it immediately. So be patient with yourself whenever you're going through something. It will come to you. The name will come to you, but it
Yes.
might just not come in that moment.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Might be
I like
delayed.
that. I like that a lot. We are at our hour. Would either of you like to say anything before we finish up?
You go,
Me?
Yeah.
Diane.
Oh, me?
You.
I really, since we're talking about joy and we've touched up on different emotions, I encourage the people who are watching to really get curious about the feelings that we get, especially when we feel joy. Ask ourselves, why do I feel joy, or why do I feel sadness? Why do I feel this? And really jot them down because they really help us get to know ourselves better. What
Hmm.
brings us joy and what brings us joy today might not be what brings us joy tomorrow. So get curious, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Linda, Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda would be the one to speak about this because she lives in joy pretty much the whole time. She's a good example for me, anyway.
Yeah, except when she's next to the budgies.
Well, she takes a lot of joy in harassing them, I'll tell you. You know, so just the fact that it annoys me, well, who cares? Um, I um, I really appreciated doing these two shows with you guys because it's made me um, look more carefully or more, well, just look at it more uh, about uh, about when I feel joy and what the things I feel joy about and what elicits joy within me and so on. And that's been that's been helpful to me, actually. I mean, just even in the last couple of weeks, it's been helpful. So, um, a really good learning for me to participate in this.
Aw.
So, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I think one of the important things is noticing these small joys instead of just the big ones. Notice those and capture those. I think it's an important thing having a gratitude journal, a glimmer globe, something that allows us to articulate it and make it something that we can hold in our hands and go, wow, uh, uh, this is what this is. This made me really happy. Take a photo of it, and then when you're not feeling that, you have a resource. You have an opportunity. You have a palette from which you can change the perspective.
Yeah.
So I think this is very, very helpful. I want to say thank you to everybody for watching. Subscribe to all of the channels. It matters. The two of you, are you doing a show tomorrow?
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Okay.
At 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern, we're doing Boundaries Part 2, How to Live with Boundaries. Ooh,
I'm
ooh,
excited
ooh.
about tomorrow.
Yeah.
The first one was really, really fun as well. And very, oh,
Mm-hmm.
it has an
First one was awesome. And the second one's going to be awesomer.
awesomer.
Awesomer. I like that.
It's on both mine and Diane's channels.
Mm-hmm.
So come one, come all.
I thank you everybody for subscribing. For those of you who are listening later, thank you for being here. This has it's been great to have you here for part 2 of our joy conversation. May you find a spark of joy in community this week, and may it remind you that joy itself is resistance.
Yes.
Until next time, take good care of your light. Take care.